In this week's video, I'm in the Black Sea in Turkey on board this enormous Pipelay vessel, the Castorone. I'll show you what it's like to spend all this time on board one of the biggest Pipelay vessels in the world. Show you behind the scenes, how they do the pipeline, what the food's like, what the accommodation's like. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to work offshore, this is the video for you. If you'd already watched the previous video, it showed you my journey to get out to Turkey when I flew out from Newcastle on the 22nd of December. I'll put a link up in the corner there for you to check that one out after this. But this is the journey from the hotel in Istanbul up to a place called Philios, which is where the company I'm working for has a little camp. And we'll have a little look behind the scenes there once we arrive. Well, good morning from a rather damp and wet Philios. This is the camp we've moved to from Istanbul. This is a place called Philios. It's a 5-hour drive to here. So we're staying here. We're supposed to be joining the ship tomorrow. But this is where they got us for a day or two. It's not quite the same as the hotel, but we'll have a little look about. So that's the overview. Excuse the mess. It's basically just a little camp they've got. There's a TV there with about 300 channels on it, all of which are in Turkish, or pretty much Turkish. There's BBC World, but it doesn't work. But I've got my little laptop set up there so I can watch some stuff from home on there. I've got my Sky Go set up on there so I can watch that. There's the bed slept in. It was a bit damp because I think this particular cabin must have been left with no power switched on. Talking of power, when we first arrived yesterday, there was no power in any of the cabins because over the other side there was a couple of fire engines. There'd been some sort of a fire or electrical fault or something, so everything was switched off. So we had to wait for about an hour before we could get any power and get into our accommodation. And here we have the bathroom. Not exactly 5-star, but it's only for probably last night. Tonight I think we'll be joining the ship tomorrow. So that is my little update on, what day is it now? Friday the 27th of December. So the next update will probably want to get on board the ship. Cheers for now.
Got the bag.
They won't leave till we're on board, I wouldn't have thought.
Nah, we'll be on board first. We're fucking straight on shift to see.
Last day on the beach, and then we're heading out there.
Well, I got them for free.
So we're just going to go for
That's exactly what she said to me.
a quick drink, I think, and a bite to eat maybe. And that's my home for the next 12 weeks out there. Castorone or Castorone, whichever you want to call it. My home for 12 weeks, and there's two of me mates who I'll be working offshore with. And this is the town of Philios. Probably really nice in the summer. Anyway, Marina restaurant. I think we might pop in here. Might get a cold one or two. Well, so the last video I'm going to be doing for a little while, certainly on shore anyway. These guys just buying some chicken to take back to the digs with us. And tomorrow we're heading out to the vessel. So my last bit of experience on dry land for quite some time. But it'd be good to start work and get cracking. So next time you see me, I'll be on board the ship. On the right hand side of the vessel, the thing sticking up there on the right hand side is known as a stinger, probably because it looks like the stinger on the back of an insect, I suppose. And basically, once we're in pipeline mode, that is actually pointing down into the water, and that's what helps the pipeline lower down to the 2,000 meters to the seabed below. Well, I've been on board a few days now, so I thought about time I showed you my room. And this is it. So, not a great deal to it. You come in and a little wardrobe there. Put all my bits and bobs in there. Got a little desk there. Telephone which I don't use. There is very good Wi-Fi. Got a telly up there. There's all sorts of stuff on there. BBC News I tend to have on mainly. and that is my bed. Quite often you'll have bunk beds on offshore installations, but this is different. We've got two separate ground level beds, which makes life easier. So that one there belongs to my colleague who's on the other shift. So we have the cabin to ourselves for like 12 hours at a time, and it works out well. So you just do your own thing for 12 hours. You can lock the door and it's your own little world for a little bit. As I said, the Wi-Fi is pretty decent, so I can use my laptop and do a bit of editing and stuff. Probably not uploading anything, I don't think, but I can speak to Mrs. Teesside Traveller on WhatsApp on a video call. It works great. So yeah, getting settled in. Been away 2 weeks now. Got another 11 to go. There was a really good spread for New Year's Day, and I should have done a little video of that, but it was really busy and probably not conducive to filming really. But yeah, it was really good. But Christmas and New Year's out the way now, so I can just focus on getting these next, I don't even want to say it, next 11 weeks done and dusted, and can get back home and get doing some more and new videos. So yeah, it's currently, he said looking at his bare wrist, I think it's December, listen to me, it's currently January the 4th, I think it is, today, Saturday, something like that. So yeah, roll on March. Speak soon. Well, I'm just on my lunch break, and it's the first time I've been in the rec room, so I thought I'd come up here and show you about. Dartboard TV, racing game there. But look at this! How cool is this? Massage chairs like you get in an airport. I'll have to give this a whirl at some point. And obviously we've got some musicians on board. Music stuff, football table, a fuzzball, a couple of phone boxes, and a table tennis table, load of couches, and there's even a Street Fighter 2 game machine. That's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. Working night shift, you get to see some quite nice sunrises. You can see one just happening there. This is one of the pipe supply boats that brings the pipe and also food supplies and that kind of thing out to us. Anything we need offshore is brought out on one of these boats along with the pipe, usually in 20-foot containers. And this is the same vessel the next morning once the sun's a bit higher in the sky. See it a bit more clearly there. So as the pipes are brought on board, they come down on this conveyor system, like a hydraulic lift system, 12-metre lengths of pipe. And here you can see the beveling machine put in, which puts a nice finish on the end of the pipe so they're easy to weld together. And this is the prefabrication facility. They weld 3 pipes together, and I spent most of my time down here. And once the welding is completed, the pipes are then put through a blasting system, you can see here, to get off all of the rust and contaminants. And he's the inspector doing a salt test to make sure there's no impurities, and he also does a check to make sure the steels are rough enough. Following that, the pipes go into an induction system where they're heated up to like over 200 degrees and they have a powder coating applied. And next the inspector checks the temperature, then they put one of these things on. This is known as a heat shrink sleeve, and it basically protects the powder coating that's been applied underneath. Here, what do we have here? It's me actually doing a bit of work. No, not really, I'm just checking the query one of the inspectors had. Oh, right, it's the 21st of January, so I've been on board now about 3 weeks. Been away from home 4 weeks, and it feels a bit longer, but the job's going really well. Excuse my appearance, I could do with a shave, but I just finished shift. As I've said before, I'm on night shift. I'm sleeping really good now, so I'm really getting into the swing of things. Got the first few weeks out of the way, so it's like I say, it's going well, and I must remember to take you downstairs and show you the breakfast, and I won't do the sort of after shift meal because I just have a bowl of cereal, and there's loads of guys there. I don't really want to intrude on them having their meals, but I can do a little bit of a video showing what it looks like for breakfast at some point. So that's my little update for now. 3 weeks in, 21st of January, and I'll give you an update in I don't know, maybe another week or two, see how it's going. Other than that, thanks for watching so far. See you soon. Now this is the actual main pipeline where the pipeline's welded, coated, and it actually goes into the sea, which you'll see in a second. Considering this is actually steel pipe and it's almost an inch thick, it's surprising how much it actually bends. You can see it coming down from inside the ship all the way down here and then onto the stinger that we mentioned earlier on. And then from there it goes on the stinger, lower down into the seabed, and it goes down 2,000 meters, which is, well, it's 2 kilometers, isn't it? So it almost goes down vertically down, and it's like a big kind of an S shape onto the seabed. It may sound a bit weird this, but that pipe's not actually moving. It's the ship that's moving forward and basically just leaving the pipe behind as it goes. Hard to get your head around that one. It took me quite a long time when I first started off in the industry years ago. Quite a bit of wildlife. See a jellyfish going past there. You see the jellyfish all the time. This is just as it's going off the back of the ship on the stinger down to the seabed. Sometimes see fish going by as well. Quite interesting. Whee, here's a good jellyfish. Another one, couple there. One good thing about working on an Italian vessel, you get this lovely Milano coffee machine. It's not very fast though, but it's sort of working. Do your grinds in here with fresh coffee beans. It'll take me about 5 minutes to suss out this machine, but I think it's working. Might be about 10 minutes while it loads up though, but there's definitely coffee coming out of it. It's not very fast. I'm probably doing something wrong. Never mind. Unfortunately, on board this vessel, the food is not good at all. I mean, this is a bit of salad stuff, which is okay, but it all has a weird flavour. They must wash everything in TCP or disinfectant or something, but it's where we sit and have our meals. To be honest, it was never a highlight of the shift, which is really... At least to provide some soft drinks for the guys in the fridge there. I never bothered, I just have fizzy water, but typical after shift meal. I just had some cereal. Well, I've succumbed to the offshore lurgy, got a cough and a cold and I feel like death. But yeah, got myself some ginger lemon and there's going to be some honey in it at some point. You can see that. Whoops, spilling it everywhere. So I'll see if that'll help. Got me cold and flu remedies, hopefully they'll help me a little bit. Got this mask thing to keep all the dust. There's a lot of dust out there, as well as viruses and germs. Everyone's sick, to be honest. But yeah, part of the enclosed environment that we have on board a vessel like this. Somebody gets a cold or flu or whatever, then everybody gets it with the air conditioning spreading it. But we'll soldier on into week 5 away from home now, I think it is. Not even halfway yet. Think of the money. Speak soon. Wow. It's Sunday the 26th. I've just had 4 days of total misery. I've had the worst it's a chest infection, I'm pretty sure. A horrendous cough, fever, just it's like flu combined with COVID. It really did knock me for 6. It's been, obviously I've still got to go to work. You can't just like ring in sick when you're offshore, so it's been horrendous. I'm still coughing up all sorts of horrible green. Ugh. I won't go into any more detail, but I think I'm over the worst. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been really horrible. But yeah, 26 days into January now. In fact, going into 27. It's Sunday night, going into Monday. Got about another 2 weeks left on this, the biggest of the pipelines, and then I'll have a few days off while they do a thing called a PLET, pipeline end termination, if you want to know. And yeah, so that's a little update about my health situation. It's been grim. Don't get a chest infection, guys. Oh. Right, speak soon. Well, as you can see, it's rather foggy this evening. Look at that. And out the misty murk comes the swift tide. It's our pipe boat bringing us some pipe and possibly supplies. Yeah, be no helicopters in the morning if it's like this. Anyway, last time I checked in I was feeling terrible, and I'm pleased to say I'm feeling a lot better now. Excuse the appearance, obviously I'm at work, so that's why I look like I do. Health and safety and all that, but yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I've still got a cough, had a cough for about 10 days, it's blooming horrendous. But on behind me is the old fast rescue craft. It's not a proper lifeboat, there's bigger lifeboats for the main crew, but you get an idea. But yeah, look at that. That is foggy. February the 1st, 2025, signing off for now.
Alright guys, this is Abdullah, #1 welding inspector. How do you like working for Saipem?
Yeah. Hi guys, it's me the Dev. It's #1 for the client.
I'm actually right up on top of the bridge actually, and I thought I'd come up here and have a little look around. First time I've been up here, and as you can see, that's the heli deck at the front, or the bow I should say. And up here is like a nice area to walk around. Obviously it's February, so it's not particularly warm or pleasant, but you just get an idea of what's up here really. Also some communication devices. That black thing up there in the centre, just there, is to tell other ships that it's moving, or restricted manoeuvrability, I believe it means, something like that. The starboard side here, which is on the right hand side of the ship. And the way to remember, if you're facing the front of the ship, which we are now, just remember, if you like a glass of port and it's run out, there's no port left, so port left, you see. That's how you remember it. Clever that, isn't it? See, don't tell you I don't educate you on this channel. I do try. I do believe these here is our Wi-Fi communication, Starlink. And the Wi-Fi on board is, for offshore standards, absolutely fantastic. I never thought I'd say that. When I first started working offshore many years ago, you had to go to the radio officer in a radio room and wear like a headset and, you know, speak to your loved ones and say over. Yeah, it was a long time ago. So here is the rest of the ship in all of its glory. Now that area down there with the yellow circle is where I was brought on board in that basket on December the 30th last year. Yeah, it's that long ago now. But the cranes obviously bring the pipe on, which you can see. It's a pipe boat over here, which I'll have a little look at. About a week's Pipelay left, I think, on this particular line, and then we've got another short one to do after that. But there's the pipes from down there, and that is the pipe boat there. So yeah, that's Castorone 1 as some people call it. Just gives you a little perspective of this beast that I'm actually living on for the last month. Yeah, that's a little bit of that for you. Right, gonna go back down now and go to bed because I'm tired. Working night shift. It's what they call like a dirty rec room for the guys. So you come in and you don't have to take your overalls off. But we've just finally got this place courtesy of Valen, which is great. Cheers, Alan, if you're watching. This is much better. We can keep an eye on the lads. What's going on in the main firing line? Here you can see the pipeline being recovered. You sometimes have to abandon it and it's lowered down on that cable you can see there. And that's the picture from the ROV picking the pipe up, bringing it back on board. That's the head you can see, which is welded onto the end of the pipeline temporarily, so they can put it down on the seabed when we get bad weather. This is the process of bringing it back up. Again, it looks like the pipe's moving, but it's not. It's on the end of a cable, and the ship's kind of backing up and lifting the pipe back on as the ship kind of goes backwards. It lifts the pipe back on board. Then they chop that head off, you can see there, and they start welding the pipeline again. Lads, show me the mud from the Black Sea, gents.
There you go.
Look at that. That's black mud from the bottom of the Black Sea.
2,000 meters down.
Yeah. Nice.
Women can use it for this.
By the way, viewers, this is Mr. Bucky and this is Mr. Will. Mr. Will, say hello.
Hi.
Handsome fellas, aren't they?
Good morning or good evening. I just woke up. It's day 41 now, I think. Got a couple of weeks to go, I would say. And latest news is water bottles. At the moment, there's millions of these getting used. Single-use plastic. Thousands of them. So they've decided in their infinite wisdom that we're not going to use them anymore. Well, we're not going to dish out water anymore, and they've given us all one of these, like a water bottle thing. Saipem logo on it. Not the best bottles ever, but I suppose if it uses less plastic, then why not? So day 42, all is well. A couple of weeks to go, and I'll be heading home.
Good morning. It is Thursday, 13th of February. I nearly forgot what month it was then. It's a nice morning, so I thought I'd come out and show you it. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all. Okay guys, it's February the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. It's start of my shift. I'm up outside on the top of the ship. Behind me down there is the heli deck all lit up. Not pretty. So the good news is we've finished the main pipeline. Just getting ready to weld on the end of a thing called a plet. A plet stands for pipeline end termination, and it's basically that big yellow structure you can see down there on the deck. It basically goes on the end of the pipeline down on the seabed and connects up to the well, which brings the gas from down below. And two cranes will lift it up into that and down into where the actual pipeline is through that hatch you can see. And that'll get laid down. Take probably 24 hours to do the whole operation. Sorry for the wind. And then once they've done that, got to do another plet to start up the next pipeline, which is only about 4 or 5 days welding, something like that, and then be heading home. So I reckon by the end of February I should be home, and I'll get some videos uploaded. Now in position on the pipeline where it's welded to the end of the pipeline. This is what it looks like when there's nothing happening. That's because the pipeline is finished. Well, the main one anyway. Still one more to do, just a little one. You don't see it like this very often.
Tuesday, 18th of February update. Just before there you saw the plet being put together, rather welded, and they put some coating on it. And that was supposed to be the end of the pipeline. However, the weather came up quite sharpish, and unfortunately they had to chop that plet off and put a temporary, what they call a head on the end of the pipeline, and just dump the pipeline on the seabed, otherwise it could have risked damaging that plet. So that plet remains on board and that bit still has to be done. But because of the logistics involved, they've decided to do the second pipeline, which basically involves another plet, which is on the back of this supply boat here.
So they're just getting ready to lift up, and you can see that there on the deck. The crane's ready to lift it up. As promised, it's getting lifted. There she is. Pretty much the same as the one that they were using on the end of the pipeline, the previous one that they couldn't do, that they had to chop off. Yeah,
The plan is to start the second pipeline, which is only about 20 kilometers long. It's only about probably maybe 4 days, 5 days welding. And then once that's done, they then have to go back, recover the first pipeline, the big long one that we've been on for the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, and weld that plate back on that you saw earlier, and basically put the pipeline down with that plate attached to it. Whether they'll keep all of us on to do that remains to be seen. I'm not sure. We may end up going home a bit earlier than expected, but hopefully they'll keep everybody on so we can stay until the end of the job, really. So that's my little update for now. I'm going back in to get warmed up because I'm blooming freezing. Cheers for now. I thought I'd show you some footage from the underwater cameras. This is from the ROV, remote operated vehicle, and just shows you the recovery process when they're trying to release the strops from the end of the pipeline. Pull the cable up now. 2,115 meters. Now this structure on the seabed, it's already been pre-installed, and this is what the plate itself actually has to sit on top, which will connect up and bring the gas ashore through the pipeline eventually.
And 3 days later.
So this is the pipeline initiation plate I was talking about before. This is going to go on the second pipeline. And here you can see the guys welding the pipeline to the end of the plate. And this is a still bit of still footage of the plate as it's actually being lowered into the water. There's 3 of these, they're called tensioners, and basically they hold the whole pipeline on board. If it didn't have these, the whole lot, because of the weight hanging off the stinger at the back, the whole of the pipeline would just get dragged through the ship and cause all sorts of chaos. So there's 3 of those tensioners that hold the pipeline in place. They have been known to fail as well, causing an absolute disaster. Obviously, you can imagine the damage that would cause.
So yeah, pretty rough out today, and that plate's hanging about half a mile under the ship, hanging like as our boss put it, hanging like a yellow hemorrhoid.
Well, good morning, or good evening I should say. Just woke up, just had breakfast, and as you can see, we have a bit of a winter wonderland going on. February the 22nd, not coming into it, so yeah, bit of snow. Check it out.
Offshore snowballs.
Hey.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nippy out there. I won't be staying out here very long, but I just thought I'd give you a show you. We do get a bit of snow offshore sometimes.
Come on, get your feet in there.
It's not having it. Look, viewers, it will not fit in. Size 12 feet, by the way. We'll have to go in.
Oh, hey, what are you doing going in there? Oh, he's going to pull it up from the inside. Pull the lining. See, these are survival suits. One size fits all.
What's that TV show where you win money?
Well, David's going to be take 2.
It's all right, just don't twist it then. I just get it in. It's worse than it was before.
Much later.
If you can bear it,
Yeah, no problem.
If you can bear it.
It's okay, we'll get sat down.
Say bye. Can't say bye, you're staying. Right, come on, is that you dressed?
Apart from my foot, yeah.
Oh well. Zip up.
And that's all she wrote. I'm coming home.
Well, after that debacle with my suit, I've sort of got it on, but I haven't got my foot in it. As you can see, my foot won't go in. That one's in, but that one won't go in. But never mind, viewers, we'll still get there. Signing off.